Hey guys, welcome to Smith's Kitchen. As always, Brian, kitchen. Not a whole lot changes. But, you know, it's Wednesday and I'm getting ready to cook dinner. And I've been on vacation all week. It's been awesome. Sorry, a whole lot of chest showing there. And I've been on vacation. Today is day 2 of vacation. And yesterday, I got the front flower bed cleaned out. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot of work, but this front flower bed runs the entire width of the house, so it's like 60 feet long. The front door's on the side of the house, and it's about 4.5 foot deep, and probably had, I don't know, 80 giant hosta growing in it, just wild-like. But I got it all cleaned out. Today I was building my boxes for my raised garden. And, well, I got 2 of them done at any rate. There'll be 6 total over time. I think I got enough room in there. I don't know, big plans, but you'll see them. I'm going to shoot some video on them after I'm done and get them filled and get at least the tomatoes and peppers in. So, I thought, let's try something A, new, B, a little different. We're going to India again. I know you're like, dude, we're spending a lot of time in India, but the food is just so good. It's been twofold. A, we're on a kick. B, it's really healthy for you. I mean, tonight we're doing a shrimp curry. But it has like 5 different names. So I'll give you 2 of them. That's the chingari. I hope I pronounced that right. It might be chingarai, Chingri, Mali curry, or the Bengali coconut shrimp curry. And like I said, there's 2 other names from it, but it comes from Bengali. And it sounds absolutely amazing. And I really thought we'd give this a shot. Chris actually found this recipe. Ever since we found the Asian market in Columbus, well, Worthington, outside of Columbus, it has been kind of like, ooh, let's try something new and different. This is a lot of new and different for us. Not that we're not going to eventually cook other things, but right at the moment, these are all good, healthy, for the most part, things you should have in your wheelhouse as far as spice cabinet goes anyhow. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you found me. I hope you get something out of my videos. If you're returning, thank you. I'd also like to welcome our new subscribers. We got some new subscribers. Neighborhood's growing strong, and that's important. The stronger our community comes, the bigger our community comes, the more good neighbors we'll have. Don't forget to hit subscribe down here, I think it is. Notification bell's right next to that if you want to know when my videos come out. Never do I take for granted the time that you take to watch my videos. Comments, always welcomed, appreciated, thumbs up, thumbs down. They let me know how I'm doing, if nothing else. I mean, I don't really press that, but it does help to put my videos out there onto different feeds, and keeps us growing. So anyhow, that being said, let me get the camera moved. We'll get down here. This dish really doesn't take long at all, and tonight we're serving it with a panai rice. I made it before with one of the chicken curry dishes. I'll leave the link down in the description for that dish so you can see the rice being made. But it's a yellow rice, very flavorful, absolutely awesome. It's a basmati rice, but it's got turmeric and other stuff in it. So anyhow, let me quit talking and get the camera moved, and we'll get to cooking. All right, hold on for me just 1 second. Okay, got us moved. As always, I got the recipe written down in the book. If we like it, we'll keep it the way it is. If we find something we want to tweak, we'll tweak it to meet our needs, or you can tweak it to meet your needs. If it's absolutely horrible, we'll just pitch it. Which I have yet to find a recipe that I've pitched. They've all been salvageable in some way, shape, or form. Alright, so, while I'm thinking about it, for those of you that have bought pies over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and cakes, thank you. Everything I make off of those is going towards the down payment of us buying this house. So we're in negotiation now, and I mean, we're working on it. We're getting there. And that's all I'll say about it. I don't want to jinx anything. Alright, so I'll just give you what we're doing as far as ingredients go as we go. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take, you need The recipe calls for a pound of shrimp. Let me be right back. I got to go get a bowl to put the shrimp in so we can see what we're doing. Okay, I'm back. So we need a bowl. This pan is on your. This recipe is originally made in a wok. I don't have a wok for this stove. I have one that's cast iron, weighs like 800 pounds, and it's for the grill. But we're going to, so we're gonna make it in a skillet instead. But you could use a wok for this, but you want to get everything nice and hot because we're going to do a lot of sautéing and searing. So the first thing the recipe called for was 1 pound of shrimp. Now in my household, 1 pound of shrimp isn't nearly enough. All right, but I got our 1 pound of shrimp right here. All right, and it is thawed. You want it to be, I mean, if you want it peeled or not peeled and deveined, it's cheaper, but it's a lot of work because you got to peel it and devein it. And that's more work than I want to do. Okay, first ingredient we're going to need is 2 teaspoons of turmeric in the bowl. All right, I got a half a teaspoon thing running here so I didn't have to dirty it up. So we'll put 4 half teaspoons or 2 teaspoons of turmeric in the bowl. All right, and then to that we're going to add some salt. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now in the recipe it didn't really say how much salt. Matter of fact, it didn't even mention it in the ingredients list. It doesn't mention it until you get down to the instructions, but that's okay. I'm just running with a 1/4 teaspoon-ish. It's going to be to taste, that I know. We're going to add our shrimp to this, to the turmeric and salt, just like such. And then we're going to toss this so everything's coated. Okay, we got our shrimp coated with our turmeric and salt. And then with our pan, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of oil, is all it says. Now I'm using extra virgin olive oil. There's actually 5 tablespoons in here because you're going to need 5 tablespoons total, but it's going to be divided. 3 tablespoons at first and then 2. So we'll go ahead and get our 3 tablespoons in there, like such. Boom, 3 tablespoons. All right, and we're going to let that heat up nice and quick. I'm actually going to turn the heat up some. Let that warm up, and as soon as that gets nice and, let's say we're starting to smoke already, so we're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to saute this shrimp. It's going to take about 5 minutes to do this, okay? It'll be pink in color, all right? Okay, so we're pink in color. Now, you're saying to yourself, I mean, because it's not quite cooked, but you're saying to yourself, how do you know when it's pink in color if it's bright yellow? All right, well, there's another way you can tell, too. See how they're curled up? They're no longer straight out here. Let me get these out of here real quick, and then I'll show you one. So they start to curl as they cook, and you want them to curl up, basically, or start to curl up. And then you'll know. It literally only takes a couple minutes. And if, let's say you don't get them completely cooked all the way through. Let's say you pull them out a little early. You know what? It's okay. Because they're going to end up going back in here and cooking for a few more minutes anyhow. And shrimp doesn't take long to cook. Most seafood doesn't take long to cook. Alright, so our shrimp is where it needs to be. It's pink. By the way, if you happen to hear the background noise, it's my fan. And it's because here in Ohio at the moment, it's in the mid-80s. And even though the rest of my house is really cool, so we don't have to have the air on, it is a little warm in my kitchen. So I got the fan on. All right, so now we're going to add our other 2 tablespoons of oil in there. We're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter and throw that in the pot. There's 1 tablespoon. There's another tablespoon. Put that back in the fridge because it's nice and warm. Oh. Alright, got that back in the fridge. Give that a good stirring around there real quick. That's helping to loosen up anything that's on the bottom, happens to be on the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to add our ginger and garlic paste, okay, which is a teaspoon of ginger and garlic. Now you can buy ginger and garlic paste. I did not. I just used fresh. I'm gonna throw that in there real quick. Give it a good stir around. And what I did was I ran it through my press and then sat there and smashed it up. And then we're gonna add a bunch of other stuff. We're going to add a couple cinnamon sticks. We're going to add a couple of bay leaves. And I'm going to turn that down just a hair. Two bay leaves. We're going to add four cloves. Now, if you don't know what cloves are really popular in baking around Christmas time, but they're so fragrant, used a lot. And in Asian cooking, especially in the Indian food. We're going to add 3 green cardamom seeds. Alright, doesn't take a lot. These things are powerful. And then we're going to add 2 to 3 dried chilies. Okay, now you can pick these up at almost any grocery store. I'm only going to put 2 in here. We're going to leave those whole. Alright, just like so. We need some chili powder. 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Give that a good stir real quick. Now the reason for the oil and the butter in this is for to wake up all these spices. Okay, so spices, most spices do not activate to water. All right, we need 2 teaspoons of cumin, which I'm using a half a teaspoon now. Keep that in mind. So, yeah, it looks like I'm putting too much in here, but I'm not. I have to put 4 in here because I'm only using half a teaspoon. So we got our 2 teaspoons of cumin in there. We need to add onion. We're going to add a thinly diced onion into this. That. Give that a good stir. And we're going to let this cook for just a minute or two. Okay, about 2-3 minutes. We got to get all those spices livened up and awake. And we're going to let the onions soften just a hair. Okay? So when I get back, we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so last thing we need to add, last thing of spices we need to add is 1 teaspoon of sugar. Alright? We got everything caramelized in there, looking good. Got our teaspoon in there of sugar. Give that a quick stir. I know you're saying to yourself, Brian, what are you making? That's right. I'm telling you, if you can smell this, it smells amazing. So we've given everything time to cook, so the next thing we need to add is 1 can of coconut milk. Alright? This is what's going to give us our coconut flavor. Now, word to the wise, even though I didn't do it, before you open up your can, it's a 14-ounce can of coconut milk, make sure you shake it real well. It doesn't matter so much in this because we're pouring it into, all cooked together. Alright, got that. And then we will need 1 tablespoon of I'm not very prepared today at all. Like I said, it's been a busy day. Not so busy being prepared with everything else. Turn that down just a hair. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. If I can get it out of the tablespoon there. There we go. And the only thing, the tomato paste is actually optional. You don't have to put that in there. But what it does is it adds color and it helps to intensify the flavor of the spices that you put in. You notice I did not break open the chilies. I did not crush up the cinnamon stick. I didn't do anything with the bay leaves. I'm just letting those ride. Yeah, we're going to draw the flavor out of them, and then we're actually going to take it out before we serve. That way, nobody crunches into a cinnamon stick. Nobody eats a hot. Now, you can leave the chilies in there if you so desire. I will probably leave the chilies in mine just because I really like chilies. So, after we got all that together, all we have to do is let this simmer for about another 4 minutes on low heat, which I've already done. And then after that, we'll move on to the next step. Okay, let that simmer for about 4 minutes, and then I turn that oven back, or the stovetop back up. Now we're gonna put our shrimp back in there. Man, that looks good. And we're gonna bring the heat back up on the stove real quick. Just like so. See how it's starting to bubble again? We're going to cook this in it for just a minute. Get that rip roaring again. We want to get where we cook that on low, we want to get the heat back up into the sauce again with the shrimp. So we'll get that going for a second. Once it starts bubbling good, all right, we're going to take a lid and put it on top of it, of our dish, for about 2 to 3 more minutes. Okay, we've let it boil. Let it boil. Let it cook. Covered for a couple minutes. Set that to the side. Stir that up real good. We do so got her going, that's for sure. She is making a ruckus. Alright, we'll go ahead and turn it off. Get our bay leaves out of there. Don't need those anymore. We for sure don't need those anymore. So, in case you didn't know, bay leaves are not edible. They give off great flavor, but they are not edible. Take our cinnamon sticks out of there, although they are soft now, so I mean, you could eat them, but I don't know if I'd want to eat a big old honking cinnamon stick. That'd be a little weird. And we're going to take this, pour it into the bowl. Alright. I wish you guys could be here to smell this. This is just, it smells amazing. And I don't say that just to say that. I mean, I could tell you anything. I mean, it could be horrible and I could say, oh, this smells great, but I would not do that to you. But there's our dish right there. And that is a coconut shrimp curry. So let me get the rice out of its bowl into the bowl. And then when I come back, we'll plate it up and give it a try. See how it tastes. All right, be right back. All right, so got everything in its respective bowls for dinner. And this is the rice I was talking about. I like I said, I'll leave a link to the other video that's got this rice in it because it's super easy to make. And oh my God, once you've tried it, you'll never go back to any other rice. That rice literally takes like 8 minutes to make, start to finish. And we'll get some of our little shrimp buddies out here. Just like that. Oh, my mouth is watering. And there is what's going to be our dinner tonight. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But just because it smells good and it looks good, that's only 2/3, right? Right? Only 2/3. So now we got to give her a taste and see how she tastes. I know I'm excited. That's for sure. So I will grab a spoon, not a fork. I'm a spoon person. Chris is a fork person. Let me know down in the comments below, which are you? I can see where you can use a fork with this. I'm more of a spoon guy. Made my eye twitch. That's really good. I do want to try, I didn't get a whole lot of the sauce in there. I do want to try the sauce all by itself. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm here to tell you what. Try this. Definitely try this. I think I made it look a lot harder than it was, but it's not. Not at all. Wow. That is really good. Now, it does have a little bit of a kick to it from where I added the red chilies. You can put a milder chili in it. You could probably even eliminate the chilies altogether, just because you got the chili powder in there also. But I don't know if I would. Because that really, it's a nice balance between the coconut milk, and the chilies. I think it lends itself well, but maybe just use one chili if you're not heavy into spices, 2 if you're medium into spices, 3 to 4 if you really like a good kick in your Indian food. But that being said, give this a shot. Let me know if you do. It's literally one skillet, to make it. One pot to make the rice, one skillet to make the main dish, the coconut shrimp, and you've got a dinner. And it really only took about a half hour to put together. So that's not horrible. Not at all. The hardest part really was dicing up 2 onions, one for the rice, one for the shrimp. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you do try this, let me know. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. Let me know why. Let me know if you did something different. Because that's kind of awesome. So, until next time, until tomorrow, where we're going to try to do a chocolate lava cake. Oh, can't remember the name of it. But it's a recipe my friend Rob had sent me a long while back on Facebook that I've really wanted to try. That's just ooey gooey chocolate and cake and more ooey gooey chocolate, and it looks phenomenal. And I'm really looking forward to making it. I actually got quite a bit of things to do in the kitchen tomorrow. We're gonna make that chocolate cake, but Chris's birthday is Friday. She turns 80. And just kidding. But her birthday's Friday, and she wants a cherry pie instead of a cake. Cherry pie is like one of our all-time favorite pies, and it is her all-time favorite pie. So I gotta make that tomorrow, so it's ready for Friday, and then we're gonna make the ooey gooey chocolate cake, and yeah, it'll be good. All right, so I'm gonna go put this on the table so me and the fam can eat. And until tomorrow, when I see you, I love you. I love you very much. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. Tell somebody else you love them and that you love them very much. Invite them over to have some of this coconut shrimp curry. I guarantee you it's a conversation starter that you'll love to have. And you'll be making friends. I'm telling you, friends. You'll make neighbors happy and just lots of other good things. So, until tomorrow for some ooey gooey chocolate love, I love you. I'll see you then. All right?